So, hey everybody, Controller Cramps here. Just got done watching a couple of movies. First one, really enjoyed actually. It was called The Prowler. Very cool slasher. I may do a review on that eventually. I actually don't have the Blu-ray of that yet, but I will be picking it up. One of the best ones I've seen so far since I've really gone into the early '80s slashers. Very good. The next one I watched, I guess you could call it a movie. It's Don't Go in the Woods. I don't want to be too hard on this because I know there's a lot of people out there that love this movie. Yeah, it's a movie. Sort of a outdoors, woodsy slasher. There's like a crazy trapper, wild man going nuts and just randomly killing people, tourists and hikers and stuff like that. You know, I'm not a big fan of this one. I appreciate it for what it is. I mean, it came out in 1981. This is like really early on. So, you know, I can kind of see, and plus it was like a shoestring budget for it. Acting was pretty bad. Some of the kills were okay. I mean, there's a bear trap kill. There's a couple sleeping bag kills, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, the thing that really took me out of this one is that all of the dialogue in this movie is like overdubbed after the fact. So it really took me out of the movie. I know they probably couldn't really get a lot of sound equipment up on top of the mountain where they were at the time. It was probably pretty logistics of that were probably pretty crazy at the time. So I understand why they did it, but it kind of took me out of it. The music is interesting. There's some decent synthesizer type music in this, or organ music. Maybe they were using like an organ or something. Some of it was pretty creepy. There were a couple beats that sort of built tension, things like that. But then there was like, there's just random scenes. I mean, just random scenes that just, they're like, where did this come from? It's like characters that we don't even know, just random people. Like for instance, there's like a guy, and keep in mind this is like on top of a mountain. There's like a guy in a wheelchair, and there's no one with him. It's just him on top of this mountain in a wheelchair, struggling to get to the top or get to a certain point. And at one point he like tips over, and they have like this comedic beat to the music, and it was just it kind of like, wow. I mean, it was really cheesy and just sort of weird, you know. It was really weird to put that in there. But the fact that the guy was in a wheelchair and he got to the top of a mountain, I don't know how the hell he got there. He was struggling to go 3 feet. How did he climb a mountain in a wheelchair? That's what I want to know. So I think this is before Friday the 13th Part 3. So this is like maybe one of the first wheelchair kills, because that dude got it pretty good. Spoilers. Yeah. Look, there were some good kills. There was a kill in the cabin that was pretty good. There was some decent sort of gore in this. It was like the bright red blood, not the realistic looking blood. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're a completionist type of person and you're really into slashers, like I'm really getting into like, you know, I guess they call it the golden age of slashers, where it's Halloween and you know, and up, like early 80s, like, you know, to 83 or so. So if you're really into that era, yeah, check it out. You know, you probably need to see it. You know, it's a good thing to have in your collection, I guess. I mean, I'm sure if I was watching this with friends or something, it'd be more enjoyable. than watching it alone. Because watching it alone, I was just kind of shaking my head, and I yawned a couple times too. I mean, it even drug a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. If I had to give it a rating, I would give it like honestly, like 3 out of 10 maybe. But I really don't want to be that hard on it. Let's go 4 out of 10. That's pretty bad, but I know on IMDb it's about that anyway, so I don't feel too bad about that. Anyways, this is a Vinegar Syndrome release. The special features on here, I tried watching like the interviews and stuff like that, and it's pretty poor quality. I think they were done. There was some interviews and stuff. I think they were done for the DVD release back in like 2005. So the quality isn't really there for that. I wish there were some more modern interviews for this release, but it's okay. I mean, like I said, if you're into this sort of era of slashers and you haven't seen it yet, check it out, and you should probably have it in your collection because a lot of people that are into that seem to really have a soft spot for this one. Maybe someday I'll watch it again and I'll appreciate it more. But I mean, after just watching The Prowler, which is on a whole other level, and then going to this, I just sort of this is one that I can't really recommend unless you're a completionist. You want to watch all these slashers that you can. Anyways, this is Controller Cramps. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.